Great greeting from ED Corner. A warm welcome to you all. Today we have an important concept for discussion, quasi-contract. What are the situation quasi-contract will come into force and what is the essence and meaning of quasi-contract? All this will be addressed for today's session. Okay, so quasi-contract. A contract is a legal relationship between party who have come forward to carry out a particular obligation. That is known as quasi-contract. Okay, what way quasi contract have any relationship with the contract? That is the only question we all will be thinking about it. So, quasi contract is actually a contract which is imposed by the court of law. This is majorly implemented in order to make sure no person is unjustly growing at the cost of other. Somebody should not exploit a man and get benefited out of it, or no person is allowed to receive any benefit without paying for it. For that purpose only, quasi-contract is being implemented by court of law. So in order to protect the interest of every single soul, quasi-contract is being implemented. Generally, quasi-contract covers major five concepts and that is governed under section 68 to 72. There are various provisions which is being laid down under quasi-contract which is covered between section 68 to section 72. There are broadly five categories. We will discuss one after the other. First, claim for necessity supply to a person incapable of entering into contract. We know who is a competent person to contract, who is incompetent person to contract. Okay, incompetent person, they are like they may not have a sound mind, or they are drunken, or they are legally declared by the court of law not to enter into contract. They are person who are incapable of entering into a contract. And there are instances where, out of humanity, anyone could help a person who is incapable of entering into contract. Under such situation, that humanitarian soul has all the right to reimburse the amount spent from the property of a person. Okay, I'll tell you with an example. Just imagine a person is supplying all the necessity to a family of an insane man. He's insane, he do not know anything. So somebody else is helping for him. On a later phase, the person who helped has all the right to reimburse the amount spent on maintenance of a family from the insane person's property. Okay, so if I am supplying something to an incapable person of entering into a contract, under the situation, I have all the right to reimburse the same from person property, and this comes under quasi contract because the major aim of quasi contract is like if I am doing something that should be paid for, that is the ultimate aim of quasi contract. Second condition, reimbursement of amount paid by a person on behalf of another person. Okay, we'll consider a situation where one person has to pay an amount to settle the litigation or some obligation that has been erased out, but he is not there. So, in order to protect the interest of other party, if I myself is coming into place and paying the amount on behalf of the third person, under such situation, I have all the right to claim for the money I have paid in order to complete the obligation. We will see with an example. Just imagine I am there and my neighbor is also there. So my neighbor is out of station. They are not available. And I have to pay the electricity charge. If I'm not going to do that, they will just stop supplying electricity to the particular person home. Okay, I'm supplying. So in order to continue the service, I have paid the money. Electricity charge for my neighbor, I have paid. Under such situation, I have all the right to claim for the money from my neighbor because in order to safeguard his interest, I have come forward and done a service for him and he has to compensate me as per quasi contract. Next, obligation of a person enjoying the benefit of a non gratuitous act. So, if my actual intention of doing a particular activity is not for service or for a social cause, under such situation, I demand money from another person. If I'm doing a service with just a business motive, under such situation, I have all the right to claim a money compensation for the work whatever I have done. Okay, I'll tell you with the case law. Just imagine a trader is there. By mistake, he has left the property in my home. By mistake. So I started using the product. He left the property in my home thinking on a later date he can sell it in the market. Before that, I have started using the product. I cannot tell like I cannot pay you the money. No, I cannot do that because I've used the product. I have to compensate him because he has not kept the product to be freely used by me. That was not his intention. Okay, so if I am getting benefit out of a particular thing which is offered to me not for free, I am bound to pay as per quasi contract. Responsibility of finder of goods. There are instances where people might miss certain articles. Under such situation, we are bound to act as a bailee and take good care of the product. And within a reasonable time, I have to make reasonable measures to find out the true owner. Okay, after finding the true owner, I have all the right to claim for legal charges that are incurred in order to trace the true owner, and also I can claim for the money which incurred for maintenance of the product. This also comes under quasi contract. And last and final guideline, liability of a person to whom money is paid or things delivered by mistake or coercion. Mistake, doing something unknowingly. Coercion is doing something out of force. Fine. So, if I'm by mistake, I imagine myself or another person owe 1,000 rupees to an external party. I have settled that 1,000 rupees to the person. I have paid 1,000. That means my friend need not pay the other amount. But again, if my friend is also paying, under such situation, actually 2,000 is being paid to the creditor. That is not the right option. So now I have all the right to claim for the money, excess money I have paid towards the creditor, because by mistake I have paid additional money. And there are instances where by force somebody would have got product from me. Under such situation, I have all the right to legally take an action against the opposite party and claim back for the goods or money that are being given by me. Okay. So, if you are aware about the quasi contract that are being available, the chance of getting exploited will get completely reduced. Hope this video is useful for you all. Thank you. Meet you with an excellent content.